Hey Pyros, 𝗬𝗲 here at the 𝗬𝗲 and in this video it's all about our cake selection, guys, because after all we've gotten a ton of new stuff that just came in the last couple weeks or so it did take a little bit of time of restocking everything, but guys, we're excited because the store is finally starting to look a little bit more full. Because if you were to actually go ahead and come in store after the 4th of July, or matter of fact, just 2-3 weeks ago, I'm not gonna lie, the store looked pretty empty. And of course don't get me wrong, we were bringing stuff forward just so we can make the store look full. Now, don't get me wrong, that's a good problem to have, but of course, when this is a brand new store here in New Hampshire that just opened, and there's a lot of people that are still coming for their first time. First impressions is everything. And of course, like, look at this, guys. I definitely don't want to have this where we don't have no dynamic box or we do not have no elements, but it's been more than a month that we are basically out of the cases of the element here at the 𝗬𝗲 of New Hampshire. Now you might be asking me, like, 𝗬𝗲, what are you guys doing? Bring it, tell the Texas team, tell them to send you a container of 𝗬𝗲 products in store. The problem, guys, is we are currently waiting because we are actually getting a couple containers in the back of this property just so that we can restock and have stuff ready. But don't worry about it. Before New Year's Eve, all of that is going to get settled down, and we're going to have a ton of 𝗬𝗲 products. Of course, there's some exclusive stuff right now at 𝗬𝗲 of Texas, which, not gonna lie, we're gonna get a little bit of that inventory as well. But definitely between the two stores, there's some items that are exclusive to New Hampshire and some that are exclusive to Texas, right? Now, new items that we got, so it's gonna be a lot of window and raccoon items, but for instance, one of them, guys, is Occupy Mars. So this is a 10-shot cake slash grandola, so it's a 2-in-1. Pretty soon, actually, so in 2024 we are actually going to have our own grandola style cakes here at the 𝗬𝗲, but of course it's going to be a little unique to your typical grandola cakes. But guys, if you want to buy, for instance, items like this, so for instance, like Occupy Mars, $50, so $49.05. But if you go ahead and go with a box kit, so it's a 6-in-1 for $230, so that's roughly $70 saving. And just wait until Black Friday, especially because we are going to have basically the whole store on sale. Now, as far as Black Friday, this year is going to be a little bit weird because I believe the Texas and New Hampshire stores are not going to be aligned as far as like the prices, just because the Texas store has the Texas prices right now on the website, but by New Year's, the Texas store will have similar prices to New Hampshire. Matter of fact, same prices as New Hampshire. So 365 days a year prices are coming to Texas, but because there's a new website being built for 𝗬𝗲 of New Hampshire, now that's going to change everything because you're going to see 365 prices. And matter of fact, then doesn't matter if you're in New Hampshire or Texas, you are going to see, and that's the prices that cost for you. So if you are shopping in Texas where it's 22 days a year, or if you're shopping in New Hampshire where it is 365 days a year, you are getting that 365 prices, which is definitely amazing. Now, of course, we did change the store layout a little bit compared to if you were to watch a store tour earlier. We also took advantage of the regulations here in New Hampshire. So for instance, as you can see, there's stuff that you can stock up a little bit more than the shelves. So you can actually go just, you can go up to 12 feet up in the air with inventory. So we were not shy to utilize that, just because, of course, we are limited in space here right now. We are limited in space here right now because we do not have 26 containers plus, just like the Texas business here in New Hampshire. But some fan favorite items, guys, of course, Thunderbox is a phenomenal set from 𝗲𝗀. You can never go wrong with it. Regular price is $179.88. That's a phenomenal deal when you're getting 2 extra large 2 sets of 2 extra large cakes. So you get 2 Booming Thunder, 2 Strobing Thunder. You cannot go wrong with that. Of course, our solar eruption for a zipper cake, it's extremely popular, and we've sold a ton of this one. But of course, you guys do know that personally I'm not a fan of zipper cakes, and the reason more of like, guys, I just don't like sparklers in the air. It's great for what it is, but I don't like sparklers in the air. Now, we did get some new zipper cakes. So if we go on this side, well, correction. So they're new to New Hampshire. So this item, for instance, 𝗵𝗲 it's not new. The Texas business has had that for years and years, but it's definitely new to the New Hampshire store. So 𝗵𝗲, 142 shots, 131 if you buy one, but if you buy the whole box kit, which is 2 in 1, it's $199. Now you're gonna see stuff right now with the price points, so we're just Sharpie, and that's pretty much it. Even in Texas, I'm not gonna lie, this next season, because the Texas store is gonna change the prices basically to have 365 prices. So even in Texas, expect this coming season that you're gonna see a pen and paper, a Sharpie and paper on prices, just because, as you guys do know, our price points our price tags are extremely detailed, and they take a ton of time. And the thing about it is, we are no longer going to be using this, because we are going to transform all of our price tags to digital price tags, which allows us to have, you can scan and watch the video, but we're also going to introduce NFC price tags, meaning that if you want to tap to view more information or tap to pay, so for instance, you can tap add items to your cart and then have a speedy checkout, in the front. Again, those are new features that are going to come, but since we are basically moving everything digitally, including our price tags, that means that we are no longer putting the effort to go ahead and create a brand new price tag for 𝗵𝗲, because don't get me wrong, guys, there's a reason why there's no company in the United States beside the Elite Fireworks businesses that go extremely detailed like this on price tags, just because they take time. So for us and our business model, it makes sense to digitalize it, just because at the end of the day, we want to educate our customers more. So if you have the capability to just tap and learn more about a product, maybe this information that is not enough, great. And if you want to actually check out digitally and just have a speedy checkout in the front, that's going to be an option too. Of course, Courier Warrior box. I got to be honest with you guys, these are all the cases that I have, so roughly 10 cases only, and of course we have individual units, but this is what I have so far. Now, of course, coming this Black Friday, I think by Black Friday we are going to try to get the containers in from the Texas business of Elite Fireworks products, but it's going to be very, very tight. Now, the good thing about it is, everything that you see there, even these prices that you see, so these are going to be on special. So it's going to be very interesting Black Friday this season, but highly recommend, especially you guys shopping from Texas, that you are used to on Black Friday getting the best savings. Well, guess what, guys? This year you guys are going to experience the lowest Elite Fireworks store prices ever, to be honest with you guys, just because a change in a business model. And since we are bringing 365 days a year prices to Texas, of course that's going to be the new norm. So what are the 365 days a year Black Friday prices? So we're very excited for that. Now, new one here at Elite Fireworks of New Hampshire, Godzilla Thriller. As you can see, if you've shopped at Elite Fireworks of Texas, there's a lot of these items that you're like, 𝗵𝗲, that's not new. That's not new, but yes, it's new here. So new ones that are going to be in both Elite Fireworks of Texas and New Hampshire. So we have Traffic Jam, so 2-minute duration, 54 shots. It's basically a Bright Star's version of the Winda 3-minute long show. Of course, Bright Star and Winda, basically they're the same company, just different brands, kind of like here at Elite Fireworks, where we have Apex, we have a Prime Series, and so on, right? So same company, but it's a different sub-brand. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of any long duration cakes. The reason for it, if it's long, a lot of the effects typically they just tend to be very steady and predictable, so it just like it gets a little bit boring. So but let me know in the comments, guys, what do you guys think of long duration cakes? Are you a fan of it, or do you prefer your standard 30 up to 30 seconds typically cakes? So let me know in the comments below on that. A new one here at the Elite Fireworks, of course not new to a lot of stores, because don't get me wrong, notorious, it's a very popular window cake. So but this one is 33 shots. Price points wise, $39.94 for this one, which is a phenomenal price. But of course, if you go with a box, it's $179.08, and that's a 6-in-1. So you're paying just less than $30 for a up to 500 gram cake from Winda, and it's a top selling cake. So you cannot go wrong with that. That's a very, very good deal. Now, of course, brothers wise, we are going to be a little bit short this season here at Elite Fireworks of New Hampshire, but we do have containers in the plan for after New Year's. Actually, the only brothers items that we are going to get is when we place the order from Elite Fireworks of Texas, since that's one of our wholesalers. But we are going to be a little bit short on cases when it comes to brothers items, but we got a ton of case items from Winda, from Raccoon, and of course Elite Fireworks. Now, a fan one, I don't know if you guys really like this one or not, but for instance, with this one specifically, so this is Amped Up. First of all, this cake, of course, it's been in production for, I don't know, maybe like 6-7 years or so, but this cake was basically made for during COVID, because as you guys do know, during COVID, shipping prices dramatically increased. But because of the unique shape of the triangles, it's a very compact cake that does not waste a lot of room. And guys, for $128, so that's 4 cakes. It's a very good deal. But again, guys, a big reason why is, and especially in our budget videos, that often I am picking Elite Fireworks products, is that you just can't beat it on price. Because like for instance, the Element, guys, is $116 and some change for 4 up to 500 gram cakes, whereas Amped Up is 350 gram cakes for $128 or around there, which again, it's a great price. But when you can get something like the Element, it just realistically doesn't make sense. And that's why usually we can sell probably like 50-60 times the amount of Elements that we can sell a couple Amped Up. It's just because it just makes sense. Now, new cakes that we got, let's talk about NOABs. So, well, first of all, we got some right here. So this is a combination. So this is the compact style of NOABs. So you have Hot as Hell and Magnum Trimmer from Raccoon Fireworks. So I don't know if you've seen those, but basically they're crooked. One cake goes inside the other one. So the tube for one of the cake is going to be 3-inch, and then the other one is 2 1/4. But the funny thing, guys, is the effects, the actual fireworks doesn't even change at all. So just like I've been talking, and of course, if you are very familiar, if you are very engaged in the fireworks industry, you do know that there's a ton of gimmicks. But just like with this one, you have a 2 1/2 and a 3-inch cake that one fits inside of the other. Realistically, they could do this for any other cake, because that's the thing, is there's no such thing as a real 3-inch cake. This is all fake marketing gimmicks, right? So that's why personally I do prefer 2-inch NOABs, just because you are getting what you pay. You are not buying extra fake tube just so they look better. And don't get me wrong, in general, like 3-inch NOABs cost significantly more. You can expect to spend anywhere from 20 to 40, 50% more on 3-inch NOABs depending on where you shop. Because with 2-inch NOABs, so you have the exposed rack, 9 shots. So for instance, like the Yanagi Super Rack. And then you do also have the more compact styles, such as War Stopper, Super Kung Fu, Super Stun, and so on. So you're gonna get that 2-inch NOAB, or like for instance, Best of Breeds here from Raccoon Fireworks. Now some of these, sometimes there are 1-inch and 7/8, but there's definitely good amount of them that are actually true 2-inch but compact cakes. And price point wise, guys, you can just definitely save, and that's not the case price, that's just the regular price. So rather than spending 120, 30 bucks on just one, you can save. And as far as like NOABs, not a lot of new NOABs compared to Texas, but a lot of new ones for New Hampshire. So all of these are actually new here in New Hampshire. So of course, Texas does have a much greater variety, but we are definitely stepping it up here as well. Price point wise, guys, so you're looking at, for instance, all of this around 120 or so price. Now you don't see the case here, so we're working on, but for instance, except case is usually, it's going to be under 190, under 199 or so. So it varies. Like for instance, something like this, 125, or you can buy the box, which has 2-in-1 for 199. So definitely, you know, you're basically saving 50 bucks just by going with a case. And the great thing about it, for instance, with something like the assorted ones, maybe you want to get NOAB, but you don't want to get 2 of my grain, right? So this way you do actually have the flexibility. So like for instance, you can get Ghost Dragon and I Want You. You can get Uncle Sam and Supreme Power, and box kit, guys, like 182 for 2 NOABs, 3-inch NOABs, or 3-inch and 2.25 if that matters, and 2.5 if that matters. But the point being is that's a pretty good deal for a regular price. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you guys in another video right here on our channel. Bye bye.